just so moved by just everything that everyone has shared so far. And I feel like I wish we were all in a room together, and maybe someday we will be. But you're all incredibly inspiring to me, and have said so many of the things that I too felt in the field. I went to Arizona, and Terry, I'm just going to jump off from something that you were saying. One of the reasons I chose Arizona is that my daughter lives there. So being able to go to a state where I have family and there's a real deep connection to that experience when the geography feels like your own. And when you live in a state like we do, where I know a lot of people feel like there's not a lot we can do to move the needle. So this experience of actually going out into the field, it is personal, it was personal, and it continues to be personal. I want to say what Matthew was talking about was really touched me, and really I felt a lot of that when I was outdoor knocking. And that is this idea that you're with a team that understands the multiplicity of experiences that everyone has had. And so this multi-generational experiences really carries through when you're knocking on doors. And like in Arizona, we were in a lot of Hispanic neighborhoods, and I do not speak Spanish. And so I was knocking on doors with Victoria, with Maria, with Jenny, this young woman who was just graduating from the University of Washington, who was amazing. A lot of people who really had a much more, who connected with that community through language, but as Matthew was saying, also would connect with me as well, because I'm there as well. And I think that this idea that we give people hope and ourselves hope by just talking about voting, by actually going out and knocking on somebody's door and saying, yeah, it does matter. I believe it matters for you. I don't know. We've all had so many conversations during the pandemic, and it's been a long 3 years of being in some ways in seclusion, and also just the amount of voter suppression that I think sometimes we suppress ourselves, our own voices, our own votes, by even just this idea that we even repeat that a vote could not matter. It just was so amazing to go out and knock on doors and do that one small thing, one small kind of radical act, which was to talk about how important voting is. You just saw that it gave people hope, and it gave me hope. And then another thing that I wanted to mention is this idea of, we worked with Mission for Arizona, which is this fantastic organization. The woman who was our connection is our connection, Tierney. She was even in Seattle recently, and we all had a coffee on Sunday morning and got together and heard more about what they're doing. And, in that moment, what we were doing was we were just really getting the vote out. We were just making sure that all these people who are registered were actually, registered for their ballot, and that anybody who wasn't, already registered, that they would be registered if they had dropped off the rolls or something like that. But in essence, what we were doing was door knocking for Mark Kelly. And we know that that's a critical race, and that Trump and Pence have set their sights on Mark Kelly as an easy state to flip. I guess what I really wanted to say is that this organization is so incredibly, it's like given me a path. I mean, I've done a lot of door knocking in the past, but this idea, I think also that Carrie was talking about, of just, going out into neighborhoods, you kind of look the way you look, whoever you are. It has its strength and its appeal, but doing this together in this kind of intergenerational, interracial way just has this amazing impact, because, I don't know, we all need to do it. I mean, in the end, it's all up to us, So Thank you.